while Penny Wong has been solving potential global conflicts by calling for de-escalation and diplomacy, one of her fellow cabinet ministers, Chris Bowen, who, when he's not destroying our country's energy system, is making other foolish remarks. This time, he appeared in an interview and he went further than Albanese and Wong, and he said Israel had done stuff in the last couple of weeks that we don't agree with. What stuff? That's what I want to know. And this is the problem, right? When politicians, but specifically Labor, in relation to this conflict, talk about the general concerns they have with Israel, there were just things that we just don't agree with. It's like, well, point to what they are specifically instead of just trying to taint Israel with this broad brush of disapproval. Check out what he said.
The Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister have been very clear about our views, that we don't agree with some of the activities of Israel over recent weeks and months. Now, of course, the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister will make further statements as the situation unfolds. We've also made our view clear about what Iran needs to do in this circumstance. Now,
so what things in the last couple of weeks as they're taking out Iran's nuclear facilities? Tell us, Chris Bowen. I'm waiting.
Iran's ambassador asked Chris Bowen, will you condemn Israel's preemptive strikes on our country? The right response would be to have fallen on the floor and burst into hysterical laughter, as if you are going to condemn Israel for taking out nuclear facilities which have been used for years to threaten wiping Israel from the map. And for Chris Bowen to say, well, we're not going to condemn them, but I've got to say we have been very unimpressed with Israel for a long time. Beggars belief. Zero moral clarity. Is it because his own seat is 11.5% Muslim and he doesn't want to offend his local constituency? You suppose that is probably what's going on here. But for him to be more concerned, seemingly, about his little electoral seat and the margin he's got, rather than what is right and what is moral, just beggars belief to me.
But it's entirely consistent with the rest of the party, isn't it? I mean, look at Tony Burke, who also has, and Jason Clare, who also have very high proportions of Muslim Australians who certainly do not sympathise on the whole with Israel in this scenario, and especially when it comes to the conflict in Gaza. But how can you be so morally bankrupt? You talk about moral clarity. I'd say he is entirely morally bankrupt, as is Penny Wong on this issue, as Albanese has been at large, to actually seem to side with the mad mullahs who are on the verge of getting nuclear weapons, rather than a democratic nation that is trying to survive, is facing an existential threat from people who do not. Why do they keep talking about going back to negotiations? That what Penny Wong keeps saying, urging restraint, drawing equivalence between Israel and Iran as if there is any. It's just entirely the wrong way around. This government has it.
It reminds me of this iconic scene from one of my favourite movies of all time, The Dictator, by the incredibly genius Jewish comedian Sacha Baron Cohen. This is exactly what it is.
We are 2 months away from enriching weapons-grade uranium to be used for peaceful purposes. It will be used only for medical research and clean energy. It will, and will certainly never be used to attack oh boy.
Medical research and clean energy. Oh, wait, but Bowen doesn't like nuclear either. So losing on all fronts here.
Chris Bowen saw that movie. He thought it was a documentary. So there you go. That's about where the Labor Party are at.